If you still keep money in your wallet without any element of spiritual purification, stop now. Because Kabbalah teaches that a wallet without intention is an open vessel that loses as quickly as it receives. Stop everything now. Within the Jewish tradition, salt, melech, is one of the oldest and most powerful spiritual elements. From the Temple of Jerusalem, where every offering included salt, to the Shabbat table, where salt accompanies bread, this mineral carries an energy of brit, of covenant, that transcends the physical world. And there is a custom that circulates among certain Jewish communities that few people outside the tradition know, to put salt in the wallet as an instrument of purification and spiritual attraction. But not just any way. It is not simply throwing salt into the pocket. There is a ritual, a kavana, a specific intention that transforms the simple act into a legitimate spiritual tool, based on true stories of immigrants from that time. My family tells about my great-grandfather Abraham, who arrived in Brazil around the 1920s, coming from Yemen. The Yemeni Jewish community has purification rituals that date back centuries. One of them specifically involved salt in the wallet. Great-grandfather Abraham used to say, "Salt in the wallet does not attract money. Salt purifies the path so that the money that is yours arrives without obstacles." If this theme resonates with you, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments. Have you ever heard about using salt for spiritual purposes? In this video, you will discover 3 things. First, the Kabbalistic connection between salt and prosperity, and why salt appears so many times in contexts of covenant and blessing in the Torah. Second, the complete ritual of consecrating salt for the wallet, step by step. Third, how to maintain this practice over time for consistent results. Let's start with the biblical principle. In Numbers 18:19, the Torah speaks about Brit Melech Olam, an eternal covenant of salt. The covenant of salt is the most permanent of all covenants. Salt does not decompose. It does not rot. It does not lose its properties. It is eternal. And in Kabbalah, when something is associated with salt, it is being linked to the dimension of eternity, Netzach. The Sephirah of Netzach governs victory, persistence, the ability to overcome obstacles. When you place consecrated salt in your wallet, you are connecting your parnasa with the energy of Netzach, of persistent victory. It is not an instant victory. It is a victory that does not yield. There is another profound aspect. Salt preserves. In ancient times, before refrigerators, salt was what prevented decomposition. In spiritual language, salt in the wallet prevents the decomposition of parnasa. It prevents the money that comes in from decomposing, dissipating, or mysteriously disappearing. Kabbalah calls this phenomenon nishmat hamammon, the life of money. Just as the body needs neshama to live, money needs spiritual energy to remain. Money without spiritual neshama is money that comes and goes. Money with neshama, with sacred intention, is money that stays and multiplies. Another fundamental principle. In the temple tradition, salt was placed on the offering before it was taken to the altar, not after, before. This is significant. The salt comes first. Purification precedes the offering. Similarly, the salt in the wallet should precede the money. First you prepare the vessel, then the vessel receives. Imagine someone like Sandra, an entrepreneur, owner of a small business, living that reality of money coming in the door and going out the window. When she incorporated this ritual, with real kavana, not as superstition, what she reported was interesting, a different awareness about each transaction as if salt had served as a constant reminder that money is sacred, not just utilitarian. The Jewish tradition has a millennial relationship with prosperity. If you want to delve deeper, the material is in the description. Now let's go to the complete ritual. The consecration of salt for the wallet. Materials: coarse salt, preferably natural sea salt. A small piece of white cloth. It can be a piece of cotton. A ribbon or string, preferably white or blue. When to do it? On a Thursday night to Friday, the eve of Shabbat. If that's not possible, on any night. But the eve of Shabbat is ideal because it's when the energy of Kedusha, holiness, begins to enter the world. Step 1. The selection of the salt. Take a pinch of coarse salt, about a teaspoon. Place it in the palm of your right hand. Close your eyes and say, "This salt is Melech Brit, salt of the covenant." It purifies and preserves. Step 2. The consecration. With salt in hand, declare, Ribono Shel Olam. Just as in the Holy Temple every sacrifice was accompanied by salt, I consecrate this salt to purify my Kli of Parnassah. May it remove all energy of chav, debt, and of hegst, loss, and may it preserve all shifa that comes. Step 3. The involvement. Place the salt in the piece of white cloth. Close it and tie it with the string. While tying, make 3 knots, each knot representing an intention. The first knot, purification. The second knot, preservation. The third knot, multiplication. Step 4. The placement. Place the salt bag inside your wallet, preferably in the least accessed compartment, an inner pocket, a space you do not open frequently. The salt works in silence. Step 5. The renewal. Change the salt every 40 days. When changing, do not throw the old salt in the trash. Dissolve it in running water, in the sink, under the faucet, and say, I thank you for 40 days of purification. I renew the covenant. What this practice cultivates. Consistently, salt serves as a constant spiritual reminder. Every time you touch your wallet, you know that inside there is an element of kedusha, of holiness. And this awareness changes the way you interact with money. I need to be clear, salt is not an amulet. Kabbalah does not teach amulets in a superstitious sense. Salt is an instrument of intention, a kli of kavana. Its power lies in the intention you place in it, not in the mineral itself. If you practice, come back here and share. Let's recap. First, Brit Melech Olam. The salt covenant is eternal and permanent. Second, salt purifies and preserves. It removes blockages and prevents the dispersion of Parnassah. Third, the ritual, selection, consecration, involvement with 3 knots, placement in the wallet, renewal every 40 days. My blessing for you. May the Eternal establish a Brit Melech, a salt covenant, over your Parnassah. May this alliance be eternal like the salt that does not decompose. May every cent that enters your wallet be preserved by Kedusha. And may the Shifa of the Creator flow to you with the constancy of the sea from where the salt comes. Go and prepare your vessel. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Amen. If this teaching was helpful, leave a like, subscribe, share. In the next video, I will reveal why Jewish tradition prohibits cleaning the house on a specific day of the week, and how ignoring this may be draining your prosperity. I'll see you there. Shalom Aleichem. See you in the next study.